But I am live.
Hey,
Oh, wow. Sneaky devil. Just hopped right in. Okay, let's see if everyone's voices. But I am live.
hey.
Oh, wow. Yeah, perfect. Everyone's voices are coming in. And how's it on my end for you, JW? Pretty good?
You're cutting a bit, but otherwise good. The usual, you know.
Okay. As long as it's not as bad as it was at one point there, where you couldn't even understand me.
No, I understand everything right now.
Okay, perfect. I think you know what works.
Remains to be seen.
I think what works the best is if I just stay in Discord and then I use my phone to like look at chat on the live menu. That's what I've been doing like differently, and it
Okay, cool.
seems to work. But yeah, anyways, other than that techno mumbo jumbo. Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Mindful Pig here, and of course I am joined with my wonderful co-host, Mr. JW, and this is the Two Tired Dudes podcast. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good. Pretty tired. You?
Yeah, same here actually. I feel like an old fart today. Like my bones are just aching in my legs. Even one of the ladies like, "Do you have arthritis?" I was like, "I don't know, but I feel like it today." Like,
Oh my god, that's terrible.
oh, it's just I don't know. Maybe because I do like the truck in the cold. I walked in the cold to work and all that shit. Maybe that's what affected it. I don't know. Yeah, I was limping by the end of the day. It was
But
pretty
what were
funny.
you doing for the lady asks you about arthritis?
Oh,
Jeez.
because like I barely could like get up, like when I was like getting off my knees, like because I was stocking a bottom shelf, right? So as I'm standing up, like I was struggling,
Right.
and then like to the way to the office, my legs, I'm like limping half the way there. I looked really ridiculous.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think once, cause, when I worked in retail and like food and vegetables, there was one person that once like asked me about like the dark under my eyes, like dark spots when you're tired.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And like she thought for sure like I had a problem or something of how dark it is, but like I have those naturally even when I'm not tired. Like I was born with how my eyes are made. I don't know, but like she thought I was like allergic to something, and or that I was eating something or whatever. I don't know. It was weird, but she kept asking me questions. I'm like, no, I was born like this. Like even on my baby photos, you can see them.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Like me too. Like if you don't get enough sleep or whatever, you develop them. But yeah, that's cool. I didn't know you could actually just like be born that way too, with having like I don't know if you what do you call them? Call them bags
Oh,
or dark? I guess dark
it,
circles. Yeah.
I mean, it's not scientific. It's just that's what I assume because I don't think I've ever seen myself without them. So
That's cool. Yeah. I know I get them really bad too. I just, but because we always talk, right? You always get like I don't know, what maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep for you a night. So that's why I assumed you were just always tired.
no, it depends of the day.
Yeah.
No, I get enough sleep.
Oh, okay. I usually thought you were up late playing video games or writing.
I am, but like I said, I have enough sleep.
um.
So speaking of gaming,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was like I had to look at my topics here we had for us tonight. I was sorry, I trailed off there because I was thinking when you were talking about that happened to you at the grocery store. Off topic, I know, but there was one time I gave this one guy I don't know if I told you before, but this one of my team members allergy pills. I always took them. I was fine, right? First time I found out that that's not true for everybody, I gave him like the same amount I would take. So I think it was like one and a half of the tablets. And yeah, he ended up like tripping balls like throughout the rest of his
oh
shift.
my
Like he
god,
just went like when someone's just like out of it, like what do you call it? Like that stuff they put you under and you come out of it. Anesthesia? What the hell's the word I'm looking for?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you know what I mean? Yeah, so when someone's coming out of that, they always like record videos. Like that's exactly how this kid was acting. Like he was like, I don't even know where I am right now. I was like, you're at like this Valley Village, the store I was working at the time, right? And he's like, am I? why are you here? I was like, I work with you. Like it was such a weird experience. And then like we had to put him in a cab, and I kept telling the store manager, I was like, I don't think this is a good idea. I was like, this guy's like fucking out of it. I was like, do you even know where you live? And he's like, no. And I was like, yeah, like I don't think this is a really smart idea. I mean,
Jeez.
she sent him anyway, so he still showed up to work like later on that week. So I guess he was okay. But yeah,
Uh,
first-hand experience, people don't just give someone pills assuming it'll be okay, because it actually can affect people differently.
yeah, for sure. And it's also weird when you work at like in the front like this, how some people will just comment on yourself, like
Yeah,
without, not that they're judging or anything. It's just it's weird. It's almost as if they're observing something on you in the open air, like that dark spots thing I was saying to you, or your
yeah.
arthritis comment. It's just so weird because in any normal like job environment, this would not happen normally. It's just some people are weird and they just comment out loud something they're seeing on you.
And you see, it's so weird, like that you say that, because it was just, I think, like a couple years ago that I realized how different retail was compared to other jobs. Because someone brought that same comment. They're like, people are really open at your job. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, there's just some things they say that just, you just wouldn't say out loud, or
Yeah,
like
for
in
sure.
other
Yeah.
fields. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, like they have weird boundaries here. And I was like, oh, I was like, I never really like thought of it that way before. You just, I don't know, you get so used to that workplace culture, I guess.
Well, that's the problem. There's no boundaries really.
No, they really, yeah, yeah,
Like the in office spaces or other like many other jobs, there's a sort of like you say boundaries and a sort of work culture that comes with it. So a sort of mutual understanding of what to say, not to say, right? But not in retail. You have all sorts of weird moments.
yeah. Like everything about that person pretty much. Like it's crazy. But yeah, so we had well, I mean, obviously we got our weekly recaps, right? And then a couple of the other topics that we'll dive into is we had the PlayStation Network going down, and like I was just saying to everyone in Discord, and probably a good opportunity to dive back into a quick little discussion, at least of digital versus physical, because I just saw a lot of people mentioning that when they were talking about the PlayStation Network on X or Twitter. Um, and like, yeah, I obviously would agree. Physical is always a great way to go, but yeah, I thought that'd be interesting to go back into that one. The other one was
Sure. I mean, my stance has not changed either.
no,
Physical is always better, but I am a disc guy. I have a libraries of discs.
yeah, no, I feel the same way. I thought it'd be at least good to go back, and for anyone newer that might be watching, maybe they didn't hear our reasoning before. So, then number three was the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think that one did pretty damn well. I know neither of us played it. I was really hoping Hood would have sent us a little message or something to let us know his thoughts and opinions on the game. But there's a few things I've at least listened to and stuff that I thought would be interesting to talk about that one. Um, and then finally is 2025, the year of RPGs, because I didn't realize it, but there is a lot of them coming out this year. Then obviously it's quite chunky as well. So it's just gonna dive into it and say like how does it affect us as gamers, and just which ones are we both interested in playing this year. But yeah, before all that, JW, what have you been up to, buddy?
Not much, just more Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, but you had a big
Uh,
victory to share.
sure. My goal was to reach gold in rank, which I did after a long, almost depressing moment where I kept going back and forth between silver 3 and 1, and at some point I dropped to bronze, back to bronze, which was insane. Like I was going insane. Like I was about to give up. And because of course when you play these guys, you always feel like it's like your team's fault, and which sometimes it is, but sometimes it's yourself. But in the case of Marvel Rivals, it often seems to be the case where someone is not healing, or nobody takes tank, or these sort of things, which would not be it would not be annoying on a normal game, but since you're rank, and that it costs you, it really sorts of turns your cranks, right?
So
So
true. Yeah.
so I when I dropped like drop back to bronze 1, I was almost like depressed. Like I was like, this is like I'm gonna like fucking lose everything because of stupid teammates, you know? And afterwards, I sort of came back up from that and went to gold, and sort of understood that yes, some like half of the time was my teammates, other half of the time was me, probably, you know. And also, I took Rocket, which is the easiest healer, and that helped a lot as well.
Okay, I was gonna ask you, yeah, because I've been kind of in that rut too, like I've been telling you. So is it just like you just tried out healing? Is that what helped, or like what have you been changing up that made a difference?
What made a difference is that I concentrated on one character that I know I could use. You know, that I was 100% confident in every one of their skills and what to do, when to use them, and all that. You know,
Oh,
so
okay.
I took Rocket because he has a lot of movement, so I can most of the time get out of situations, right, with his jetpack, with his wall climbing, and all that, right. So taking that and taking a character where, depending on your role, has you can rely on yourself. So
Okay.
Rocket can rely on himself, like not necessarily to make kills, but you know, if the situation gets dire, Rocket can heal himself. He can easily get out of like I already said, with his jetpack and all that. So he has a lot of movement. So you there's a lot you can do without relying on your team, right? And
Okay.
also, I'm a really good support in general, and I was tired of people taking healers and not healing, so I decided I would take up the mantle and do it.
That's a
Uh,
solid point actually. Because yeah, I noticed that too. Like people either like you said, they're not using the healer or nobody picks a healer. I'm like, guys, we can't just not have a healer. Like
yeah, everybody wants to be the DPS, but that's mostly true from the beginning of the competitive, meaning like the bronze and early silver. Maybe I think that's very true. People sort of
Oh,
just pick whatever they want and they don't understand team composition, you know.
yeah.
And but afterwards, the more you climb up, the more people, you know, are serious and understand what to play and all that. I mean, you still get the person that wants to take Spider-Man but sucks at it, you know,
Yeah.
or that. But like the weird, stupid plays are mostly on the lower ranks, I would say. You know, on
Okay.
bronze, I had once two healers. One of them played DPS, and the other one was only healing that healer.
Yeah.
Nobody else on the team. You know, stuff like that is really, really pissing. It irks you. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
like it profoundly insults me.
Like I had so many opportunities to keep playing it, and I just like you said, I felt the same way you did. I just got so mad. I was like, no, I have to stop for a bit. But if that's true, and if I just stick with it till I get past silver, that might be worth it. Yeah, because like right now it's just it's
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, especially if you play Invisible Woman, because if you reach the gold rank, you will get that skill at the end of the half season, which is the 21st of February, I think.
oh okay.
And that was the reasoning why I was doing competitive. Actually, I Invisible Woman is one of my best. I love to use that character, and I'm a sucker for free skins. So,
Of course. So what was the last match though? I'm curious. What was the one that finally got you to gold? Was it Rocket you were using, or was it someone else?
oh yes, like I said, I've only used Rocket to reach gold.
Oh okay.
And I tried. Well, sometimes you know when there was no tank, I would take Magneto. I love using Magneto. He's such a good tank.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
he's actually really good.
like I was doing so good with Rocket that when we didn't have a tank or whatever, I would say, "Oh, I can switch up to the tank. I know how to tank or whatever." And people were like, "No, no, no, no! Stay as Rocket. You're doing so good. Please, someone else change." I really like that comment. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Then if you guys want me to stay, I'll stay. I'll
That's awesome. Wow, way to go, man.
yeah."
So sorry, yeah, sorry. Other than Marvel Rivals, that's all you got a chance to play the last 2 weeks.
No, I did a stream where I tried some demos for a couple of indie games.
Ooh.
It wasn't anything great. I would say none of them sort of wowed me. So I tried, I think. So one of them was like a boomer shooter called Overkill, Turbo Overkill,
Okay.
and which was I don't know how to explain it. It's sort of its design is sort of counterintuitive every time. So what I mean by that is it's a boomer shooter, but just slide around and slice people with your chainsaw leg, you know?
Oh, okay. That's
So
pretty cool.
there's like no need to use guns. You can just slide around and slice everyone. What is the point? I don't know. That's what I mean by counter designed. It's like designed to be a boomer shooter, but you can just easily kill everyone one shot with your sliding chainsaw legs. So like there's no reason for me to shoot. Or
Oh, what's
there's
that
a
game that's
point
similar
where
to
there's
that?
like a what?
Sorry, I was just thinking there's a game that's similar to that one. Was it Vanquished on the 360? I think. When you mentioned
Oh yeah, but
the chainsaw leg. Sorry.
yeah, Vanquish was cool though because there was no chainsaw legs, but you had to like slide around, shoot, and
Yeah.
slow mo your way out of there. Yeah. But yeah, so there was that, but there's also points where you have to jump on platforms and then you think, oh well, I'll die, but no, you can swim.
Oh,
So
okay.
why are there platforms around to jump on? I don't know. I can just swim there, you know. There's a bunch of design decisions like this where I'm not sure why it's there or like it seems counter another design that is in the game. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I was a bit bored with it. With the plus, I think I already played the demo and didn't remember. So I I noticed that towards the end. So then I changed for something else that I always forget the name. Um, try is it? No, Astral Ascent. Is that it? No, that's not it. I think it's Astral something. Anyway, it's a game where there's like a whole fantasy universe, and you get sort of lost on a plane, like a world that people thought was destroyed, but was actually hidden.
Oh, okay.
And like I couldn't care less about the world. What's more interesting was the gameplay. Well, it's just I don't find the writing is that strong.
Oh, okay. I
You
get it.
know, and they don't make any effort to like sort of tell you what things are. Like for example, they're like, oh, I don't know, there's a lot of fantasy speak, but they don't explain to you what the word means.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
sometimes I got lost in what they were saying. But also, I really hate the team I'm at because you're sort of a ragtag group of, a team lost together and have to survive together, right? But the thing is, there's like no conflict. Everybody's just too nice to each other, you know?
Yeah.
For example, there was one character that was sort of um, lukewarm to the idea that I would lead the next expeditions, and because I'm a newbie, and she brought good points as to why it would be scared, and she wasn't rude or anything. It was just like, oh, I'm not sure it's a good idea. But then like almost immediately after later they were like, oh, I'm sorry for being such a rude person and blah blah blah, and
Oh my
like
god.
immediately getting on board. And uh, it's really annoyed me. And like everybody's like this where they're like, I don't know, have anxiety problems, each of them, and they all think the same. And so I really, which is a shame because they could have had something there. And during the stream, I do talk how they could have fixed that conversation I was talking to you about,
Yeah.
where you could have kept that, but they should have waited later when you get to fight a big monstrosity. And but anyways, I won't repeat everything here. You'll have to watch the stream. And but all this to say, the gameplay was interesting because you had like elemental stuff. You could do ice, fire, and all that, but it
Okay.
was also physics based. So you can interact. So you make like, let's say, a block of ice, jump on it. You can throw stuff.
Ooh.
A bit like in Breath of the Wild. You have like tools that you can use pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
The only problem is that the combat is clunky, so it didn't feel great to use all that. So a lots of creativity, great ideas, but not executed best. Not that well executed and not that well written either. It's like just on the cusp of being good, really, but it was mixed in towards the end. I think I like the ideas and creativity more than the game itself.
Yeah. It reminds me of some of those animes that we were a couple of podcasts ago anyway. We were joking around about, where the teacher notices the student struggling, right? Like just that really cheesy like dialogue and conversations. I hate that. 'Cause it was,
Well, it's more than that. It's like, in Guardian of the Galaxy works because there's conflict between the characters. They
yeah,
don't all think the same.
absolutely.
And that was sort of the contrary of that, which is why it didn't work. Because then everybody's like sort of have that same personality across the multiple characters, even though there are differences.
Yeah. No, just reminded me of like those really bad animes where like the bully isn't really much of a bully, and then at the end they're like, "Oh, he's like my best friend now." It's like, "Oh, shut up! This shit is so cheesy."
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember the name though. Like it really irks me.
It wouldn't have said
Anyway,
on your stream.
continue. Yeah, I'm going to check now, and
Okay.
I'll continue the conversation,
Yeah, no,
and I'll
absolutely.
be able to tell you.
Well, yeah, my neck of the woods. I did more Fallout New Vegas and Marvel Rivals. Like I said, mine was terrible. Marvel Rivals. I just got pissed off and just quit it altogether. Fallout New Vegas, like I was telling you guys, I really, really am starting to enjoy a lot more than I did the first time around. Just that thing I mentioned before, right? Like just playing games at the right moment when you're in the right mindset for it can make all the difference. I think at the time I was just burnt out because I was doing New Vegas for such a long time when I first started streaming, which was like whatever it was 4 or 5 years ago now. So it's been that long since I played the game. And yeah, this time I'm just like enjoying it quest by quest. The last one I did was the really, really long one, but it's so worth it because it's so damn funny at the end. Is where you have to go. I think it's like Repco is the building, and if you don't know it, there's ghouls that are in there, and there's those what are they called? Night Stalkers, I think. They're like giant ogres that can like have cloaking devices on them. But anyway, these ghouls are nice that you meet in there, and they basically just want to go to their home planet that they have in their religion that they made up, and they're gonna be happy and everything. And the Night Stalkers are in there because they heard that there was a crate of cloaking devices that was dropped off a long time ago, right? And it still could be in that factory. Anyway, as you're going through it, right, you're solving all the problems, and then the best parts when you get to the end, you finally get to help them to their rockets. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, there's one person that's unique in the entire building. It's a human, but this human thinks he's a ghoul, and he's so fucking funny. I love him so much because he's just so
Like J Rock when he thinks he's black in
exactly.
Trailer
Exactly.
Park Boys.
It's so like yeah, it's just like that stubbornness too. Because like there's multiple times in those quest lines that you try to like convince him that he's not, and he's always like, fuck off, smooth skin. I know what I am. Like even the ghouls are like, yeah, he's not one of us, but you know what? We just can't convince him, so we're just gonna like use him basically. So anyway, he
Yeah.
makes the rockets. Then you get to make some decisions, right? You can either let him know that they were using him. like they were using him, but like I get their perspective of it. They were going to still idolize him, and he was going to be like this like saint in their culture and all that. Like they just couldn't get across to him that he was a human. Like he just wouldn't believe it. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, at the very end, you get to finally launch the rockets up, and you could decide. So, one, for example, you could partner up with the guy that thought he was a ghoul, and you can sabotage them as revenge, and then the rockets basically blow up. Or you can do it the legit way, right? And you fix the rockets. And from what I've seen, one almost crashed, but the other two looks like they made it. You can only look in one direction, right? So you never know what really happened. But yeah, as far as I know, they're now heading to their home planet where they'll be happy forever. But yeah,
So
just
I found the name.
okay.
The game is Eternal Strands.
Oh, okay. That's actually nice. I like that
And
name.
another cool thing, just to cap up with this, is there's like giant creatures you can climb a bit like in Shadow of the Colossus and hit their weak points while using
Oh,
these magics and stopping, let's say, a fire with ice. I mean, melting ice with fire and stuff like that. So cool ideas.
yeah, that's
That's it.
awesome.
Let's go back to Fallout New Vegas.
No, that's cool. I like that mechanic in Shadow of the Colossus, just climbing big beasts. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say that I guess I just didn't realize the value of it is getting a companion. Like New Vegas is fucking hard. I find that one harder than Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. Um, I,
And depends which direction you take, but yes.
yeah, well, I don't know. I haven't done the bad path. I've only done good so far, all the way through.
No, but what I mean by that is that it's very open in the sense of depending where you walk towards, there there are parts that are easier than others, and then you level up and it gets better.
true. Yeah, no, you're
But
right.
I had the same reaction as you the first time I played it, where I walked towards somewhere and it was super hard. Like I didn't understand why this game was so hard. Like
Yeah, like anytime you come across Caesar's legions, like they're just fucking ridiculous. Like they're really overpowered. Um, but
yeah,
like I was saying in Discord, Boone, the guy that's if you don't know where he is, when you're playing the game, right, go to the I guess the trailer park area there. There's a giant green dinosaur. Do that quest, get him as your companion. Holy fuck, what a game changer. This guy just one shots everything. Like there is no longer a challenge in that game. I haven't come across a Death Claw, so I'll see how he does against that. But like he's taken on like 6 Legion members, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. Like he just knocks them down like nothing. And now I got this really cool little robot guy follow me too. So apparently you're allowed to have one human and one non-human as companions, which is really neat. I didn't know that was a feature in New Vegas. I thought it was just one companion for each player. But anyway, yeah. So I got the two of them now, and yeah, it's just like nothing, nothing at all stands in my path. I could just keep walking, and the both of them will just wipe out everything. And my difficulty, I never change, right? It's always, I think, in the middle or whatever, so normal. Um, I'm not sure what it'd be like if I increased it more, but yeah. Boone is just a fantastic companion. Like, just so happy with him right now.
nice. Because yeah, New Vegas I think is the Fallout that I like the most myself.
Yes.
Like I always fall short in the other Fallout. Like I start them, and I'm intrigued. I do the beginning, and then I just sort of, I don't know, not give up, but I sort of forget about it. I move on to some other game. But like New Vegas is the only one where I did it like fully and like had so much time, like just going through these quests, and the writing is like so funny and so good.
That's it, right? Yeah, like it is. I have to admit, yeah, the dialogue between some of these characters is just so hilarious. Like I've taken screenshots, I've recorded. I'm just like, I love when they swear. Like whenever they swear in the dialogue, it's so good because it's always like just right at random. Like you don't expect it, and yeah. um,
And well, that's because it's Obsidian. They did this game, they wrote this game, and
yeah,
so meaning the next game you should do is the Outer World
Yes,
on
yes.
stream. You should do that afterwards.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. I want to play that one. It's got me a little more excited now for Avowed. I want to definitely want to see what that game's about. What was the other thing I was
Yeah,
gonna say?
me too. Speaking of, that is coming out in like
Pretty soon.
8 or 7 days.
Yeah, I say it should be pretty soon.
That's insane. Like it doesn't feel like it. Like man, Xbox suck at marketing. Like
Yeah,
seriously.
like what Hood
Like
said
I've
is
heard
true.
more. Like I've heard more about Avowed like months ago when it looked sort of half baked than now where they've released videos but nobody is like seen or talking about them where the game looks much better, you know? But yeah, no, it's coming out in a couple of days and they're not saying anything. Like they're not marketing it or anything. I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's so weird. Like I don't understand Xbox at all. First, you just don't release games and delay them. Now you got games coming out and you don't even announce them. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, they're going the Ubisoft approach. Ubisoft did a lot of that as well,
Oh
where
yeah,
they have a game. They're like, yeah, no, it's out.
you can play it.
You're like, what? Or yeah, we're closing this game. What game? It came out when?
The other one I was gonna say too for New Vegas, before I forget, was I have to go back and see if Fallout 3 has it. I don't think it does. And then Fallout 4 I'll have to check as well. But there's a really cool mechanic that you get throughout the game. I know one of the two there. I think Fallout 4 has it, but not to this extent. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that you get like special moves or special abilities as you progress. Sorry, with certain fractions. So, for example, for the NCR, I've gotten far enough in their ranks, or earned enough of their trust, where I have learned a special move, a takedown move, and I have a radio now where I think it's like every 72 hours it resets, but I can call NCR troops now to my location to help me out.
Yes.
And that is so freaking cool. Like when that unlocked, I was like, okay, this game just sold me now because of that. Like I love the fact that it's not empty, that like helping out certain
Yeah, faction skills are
yeah,
very nice.
yeah, like that's cool, man. I really don't think number 3 had that, and I'm struggling to
Nope.
remember if 4 had that feature as well. But yeah, that's a
I don't remember
That's a
either,
cool
but yeah,
feature.
no, I think only New Vegas has that.
Like seriously, like for any like RPG that does that kind of style, they definitely should have that mechanic in there. That is such a good mechanic.
Yeah,
Um,
to have like faction skills, like it really will makes you want to try all the factions afterwards, you know?
Yeah, I like okay, yeah, the takedown one I got, right? I have to try it out. I haven't tried out that move yet, but that was just from helping a random person. So like, I mean, like, and I know I have another one. I just can't remember the top of my head, but yeah, as you help out people, right, it gives you a chance to like, make your character a little more unique, as opposed to just leveling them up and picking stuff. But yeah. Yeah, man, I definitely take back my dirty comments before. New Vegas is a lot better than I gave it credit for.
Oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, that's because it's not made by Bethesda. I said it. Bethesda sucks.
In this case, yeah.
Speaking of clunky bullshit, have you seen the comment of the game director of Avowed, where he was saying something like expect that it will be clunky on release or something like that?
I was trying to, yeah, I saw the thing, like I shared with you guys. But I didn't get a chance to actually read the article. Like I was skimming through it, but I didn't notice it. Did you actually find him saying that in the article?
No.
I was
So
just...
maybe I am saying bullshit, but
Is a little jank kind of a good thing?
You gotta accept a little jank to do something fun and creative, I think.
no, but it could be in there. I don't know, like in the same breath too. Like I know it's not the same people, right? But like it is like under that umbrella of Bethesda, and like all their games are like that. Like it's just as much as I don't want to say we should accept it, like it's kind of a Bethesda thing at this point.
it's not Bethesda.
I know it's a city, but they're under the umbrella.
Now they are, yeah. They used to not be, but now they are, thanks to Xbox, thanks to Microsoft.
I really, I really
So,
wonder
in an
how it's going to
interview
play.
with YouTuber MinMax, Kerry Patel answered rapid-fire question to address any queries fans have over the development period. The director says that a little jank is necessary for a fun and creative experience. So I can look through the video while we talk quickly and see her exact words, but
If you want to, but no, it's. I mean, what it, like it also goes. I guess what does jank mean to her? You know, like are we going to have glitches and bugs? Which like that's pretty big in New Vegas. In all honesty, I don't know how the Outer Worlds.
oh,
Was.
for sure, but that's different because New Vegas they had super little time to do it.
Yeah,
Like nobody would have been able to make a game in that low of a time. I can't remember how much time it was,
yeah, I do
but it
remember it's
was
ridiculous for some reason.
ridiculously short. And so yeah, it's broken because they didn't have time to do anything. But
they-
now with under the Xbox like Microsoft umbrella, like you say, with a bunch of budget and time, and it's still clunky. Like
Yeah,
I don't know that's rubbing me the wrong way because at this point, like you're part of a big triple, quadruple A, team.
Yeah.
Well, not team. It's not that simple. There's I'm sure the company is doing their own thing. They are still like double A,
but they
let's say
have the
standard.
resources now to do what they need to do. Though I get what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And the amount of time or more time that they normally would have, let's say.
Like just based on all that stuff we saw in like trailers and things like that, to me it looks almost like a Fable kind of combat, like switching between magic and range and weapons and all that.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It does feel a little bit like Fable.
Yeah, which I'm not against. Like I don't mind that.
A first person Fable. I don't know. Well, like the game director said, it looked a bit clunky to be honest. Like I'm not sure. Like it's in my wish list, but I know I won't buy it on day one, especially at full price.
Yeah. Well, it'll be on Game Pass too for PC, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's true. Yes, there's also Game Pass if nobody wants to pay for $90, 90 Canadian dollars for it.
Ouch. God damn. I hate video game prices.
Well, the worst is it's $90, but it's digital. Normally maybe people don't remember this, but we used to have cheaper digital goods because the concept was, yeah, it's physical, there are manufacturing costs and a bunch of stuff, so digital it will be cheaper.
Yeah.
It's not the case anymore. Now it's like, yeah, but people pay for it anyway, so might as well.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It makes no sense why they charge the exact same price as they would for physical media. I agree with you.
Well, they do it just because they make more money, right?
Yeah, they know people are going to pay it regardless. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know, something about it. It's just giving me like that need to play it. I'm like, this is a game I need to be a part of, so I can join in that discussion after putting.
Well, I honestly had like Skyrim vibes from it more than Fable.
Yeah,
Like in the sense, like visually speaking, it does feel a bit like Fable, but like gameplay wise, with like like you were saying, the different melee weapons, magic, and all that seemed like a bit more like Skyrim, but with like more robust gameplay combat system than going through menus, right? From what I could see.
yeah, it seemed a
And,
lot more free-formed, right? Like you could just push one button to switch to the next, either magic or
Yeah, but it seemed to have, although that, like you say, that sort of openness between, oh, I'm going to put a couple of points, let's say, in magic, but also in strength, and I'll be like a magic, a sort of warrior sorcerer, a hybrid. You seem to be able to do something similar in Avowed as well.
Yeah, I hope we get a lot of choices too, as far as like spells goes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hope so as well. And it looks like it, but remains to be seen.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited when it finally comes out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Like, I'm expecting it will be a mostly positive, meaning, meaning, it's going to be better than like medium, but not great. That's what I'm expecting.
See, they're going to
Sort
be
of
a 7
a
or
70, 80%.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
yeah. Except at IGN.
Well, we could be completely. Yes, we could be completely wrong though, right? Because it could be super surprising. But from what I've seen and the sort of stuff that scare me and all that, I think if you jumble the whole thing, yeah, it's a good thing. I just won't put $90 on it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And there are also other games that interest me that would rather play instead.
I know. Yeah, it's a pretty packed like couple months as far as gaming goes. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's a lot of RPGs too that we get to choose from this year.
Well, let's see. What is coming out only this month, let's say?
Oh, you look.
Because there were a lot of them, but a lot of them got pushed then.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you look
So
at that before I
there-
forget. I'm just sorry. Before I forget, I was just gonna shout one last game was the one I played yesterday with Jimmy. We were here. If you guys haven't played that one, like I highly recommend it. You do need a friend. You can't play it alone. But it's literally like an hour and a half to beat it. Probably have to do 3 playthroughs though to fully experience everything and get the platinum. And it's only like it was $3 Canadian, so for the States it's probably like less than $2 for you guys. But anyway, such a cool game, like such a cool mechanic that they put in there. Jimmy and me, because we were streaming, I kind of screwed it up a little bit because I went on PlayStation party chat, where actually in the game you're supposed to just use this walkie-talkie to communicate with one another. So that would have been cool. I can't wait. I want to try it off stream just to experience it that way. But it's all just puzzle solving. So you're just basically 2 explorers. You pick, one of you is the explorer, one of you is called the librarian. They're just 2 separate roles in 2 different areas. So you don't really see each other until the very end, which is why you have the walkie-talkie. And yeah, you basically just explain everything that's going on in the room. I mean, now I have a better understanding, so I'll probably know what to actually tell Jimmy about this time around. But still, like you still have to literally explain a symbol on the wall to someone, So like we were getting kind of silly with it at the end. I was like, yeah, it kind of looks like a giant penis with like, like a little alfalfa on the top, or like it looks like a house that's laughing at you, But yeah, like there's some symbols like you have to like really explain. Like I was like, it's a straight line. It's got multiple curvy lines on the left hand side. The hardest part was the chess game because I had no idea chess pieces in general, or like how the layout of a chessboard was. So he first had to explain all that to me, and then like I had to count the pieces or the tiles, sorry, to make sure I was going the right way. That one I found was really difficult. But yeah, just the whole like mechanic of the game of just like I never know what's going on Jimmy's side, and he did. I mean, he's beat it a few times, but reality is you wouldn't know what's going on the other person's side. So another quick example I can give you is there's a play I have to put together, and Jimmy has all the notes. So he's like, you got to move the king now. Okay, now the queen needs to come out. But what I didn't know is, while he's telling me all this, he's got like some weird demon jester slowly creeping up behind him. So if I don't get this all done in time, he's killed. So, like while he's trying to explain it calmly, I'm also trying to go as fast as I can, so that, he doesn't get killed. And there was multiple scenarios of that kind of stuff. Yeah, just fucking cool. Like really, really cool game. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend to play it with somebody. Cause yeah, it's definitely worth it for that low price point. And there's a whole series of them if you end up liking them. So I bought the entire package. It was on sale for $25, and it's like 7 games, I think, or no, 6 games altogether. But yeah, really, really good.
Cool, very nice. So I got to just to close it with a vow. I got to the part where she's talking about this, and it's sort of blown out of proportion, really, because she's being asked, "Is a little jank good in a game?" And she said, "Yes, I think a little jank's kind of good if you want to make something creative." Like, she didn't say like there will be jank at launch and
Deal with
you
it.
know, yeah, or at least at that part of the video, I'm like 2 minutes in, so then maybe it's later. But as of now, I'm not seeing this.
I could see that. I could see it just being blown out of proportion. Apparently, that same one that I shared, at least, they also said that Concord was going to be the Xbox killer. So we know how that went down. Oh, it's such a shame though. Like that game had something going for it. Just yeah, it just wasn't done right.
What was not done right?
Concord.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was all right. Like, I think it got really too much hate for what it was.
Yeah,
You know, it was mid. It wasn't like awful. You know, I've played much more insulting games than Concord. You know, for example, the X Defiant stupid multiplayer game of Ubisoft was more bad and insulting than Concord. Like, it's just
oh yeah.
it didn't interest people, is all.
So yeah, the one topic we had there, right? The PlayStation outage. So if you don't know, apparently you get 5 days a free PlayStation Plus as an apology, but it's only for PlayStation Plus members. So like right away there was comments like, "What if you're not? Why don't you get it? Because you weren't affected." um,
Yeah.
like I mean, if you're not paid to play online, you probably weren't affected by it anyway. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's what they're gonna offer was 5 of them. But yeah, like I was saying, a reason why I brought that one up was just because there was a lot of comments about how it's better to go physical versus digital, and with the new consoles coming out too. Just a good reminder of how this might be your last generation, or maybe this won't be the generation where we have physical disk drives anymore. Still remains to be seen what they're going to do with that. We know the Switch 2 will have their little disk drive, but we don't know what the Xbox or the PlayStation 6
Well, not
has
a
to
disk
offer yet.
drive. Surely.
Well, not disk drive, what I mean, like a cartridge
Yep.
holder.
Okay.
But I mean, there's still basically what I'm trying to say is that Nintendo Switch is still going to invest in physical.
Yeah. But I was wondering
media.
if they were going to do a PSP thing of having like little discs.
Oh my god, I hope not.
Which is funny because when you think about it, GameCube had small discs as well.
Yep.
Or
yeah,
like a
that's true.
big cube. That was weird.
It was so weird putting those little discs in your Wii. It just always felt wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, like DW said we talked about before, but if you haven't heard our whole rant and rave about it, basically, just go physical as much as you possibly can, because that you own that product, right, when it's physical versus when it's on digital or a live service title of some sort, right? Because whatever money you put into it, next day they could just decide, as you see with multiple games now at this point, they can just take it away from you. All that money you spent in Concord, let's say on skins and shit like that, it's gone, which is a sad reality. I guess not so much for a lot of newer games, because a lot of them require a live update of some sort, even some single player games. But I know JW has his website, right, that he's recommended quite a few times. I'll let you go ahead, buddy, because you know the GOG better than I do.
Yeah, well, GOG is currently the only place where you can buy digital goods, digital games, and you actually own them, meaning it's DRM free, meaning even if GOG dies, you can still access your games. You still own them. It's yours anytime. You can have the installer and reinstall it anytime. You don't even have to use their launcher, like their Galaxy launcher, whatever it's called. You can even do it directly from the website, you know. So even if they die, you will have access to your games forever.
That's so cool.
Yep, and because you may or may not know this, but on Steam you don't own your games. You're essentially paying for like renting them for life instead of actually having them compared to GOG. But the problem with GOG is that it doesn't have all the newest releases. You know, for example, like the upcoming games that I'm awaiting for, they're not on GOG currently, you know, and they won't be on at launch because it's not DRM free, or the company have like their launcher linked to it, so you essentially need internet to run it, or you know, all that bullshit. So GOG really actually
Okay.
has only games that you own. So meaning GOG stands for good old games, so they mostly sell good old games. But they also have more recent stuff, you know. So like let's say like CD Projekt, because it's owned by CD Projekt Red, so they have all the CD Projekt Red games, meaning Cyberpunk and you know all of those recent games. They were on GOG on launch, so there are exceptions. That's what I mean. But their crux is really old games and owning the games that you buy there. So every time I want to buy a game or that I see an indie game that interests me or whatever, I always look if it's on GOG because you own them, and that's what I only ask from digital media really, because like I know physical media won't be there forever. Like I know consoles at some point won't have a disk drive anymore and stuff like that. So all I ask is a way that I can own them and not lose all my games, you know, if something happens.
Absolutely, yeah. I was gonna say, and like the site itself, and it probably has a pretty big selection now at this point of games to choose from, right?
Yeah, like I said, there are various stuff. Like there's stuff like the first Diablo, or there are stuff like I said more recent like Cyberpunk. So there's like they have an array of stuff, of deals,
Okay.
of whatever. And you can vote
Hey,
for what game you want them to bring back. For example, they brought back
Oh,
Alpha Protocol, which cannot be found anywhere today, or mostly. And so that was a great comeback, which is, funnily enough, an Obsidian game as well. But it used to be only accessible through Xbox 360, and even then it was pretty rare because when it came out, it didn't do well, so they didn't print a lot of copies. So it's almost unfoundable, and they brought it back, which I'm really happy because it's a cool game.
yeah, that's a cool feature. You can vote on stuff. I like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Hunting, it's your first time on the podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Great.
Let's make sure. Yeah. Hey, Hunting, it's your Sorry, I was gonna check to make sure you're coming through. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So anyway, like I said before, if you're a first time guest and if you're comfortable with it, right, it's your moment to shine. So you can go ahead and let people know who you are, you know, what you like playing, what's your favorite games, etc., etc. And then, you know, with your streaming, if you want to promote anything of your stuff that you've been, you know, doing or where to catch you, by all means, go ahead. The floor is yours, my dude.
My name is Hunting at Zero. You can call me Nat or Hunting, whatever. I don't really care. Wait, can I curse on here? Is that fine?
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
I always do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. So my favorite game to play, I mean, it depends what I'm in the mood for sometimes. Left 4 Dead, Doom, Wolfenstein, Batman, of course. Call of Duty sometimes. And I stream on Twitch. It's HuntingNat02. I stream
Nice.
sometimes, not all the time.
So are you liking the newest Call of Duty? I know there was like up and downs in the updates or something.
I hated Black Ops 6.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way zombies was. Zombies could have been a lot better.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
I
sounds
haven't
like
tried
that
the
one really
campaign
missed
yet.
the mark.
I haven't. Yeah, with Vanguard. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of like Vanguard a little bit, kinda like World War II, like in a World at War, and the other World War II game. I think the best one was World at War. I don't get it.
Yeah,
They
that one
made
was really
12
good.
great games, and then all of a sudden, just shit. Don't get it.
Yeah, because the last Call of Duty
It's
that
like-
came out didn't do very well either. I mean, like sales probably did okay, but as far as player feedback, it sounds like there was quite a bit of issues with that one too.
Yeah, multiplayer sucked. The weapons were all fucking broken. The campaign sucked, definitely. Campaign. Short.
See, that's like JW last time. I wonder if they've just invested too much time and energy into Warzone, and now the regular,
And also,
launch titles are.
transactions too, skins, weapon blueprints, weapon bundles. 'Cause it's like $20 to buy
Yeah.
like a skin.
That's crazy. Holy shit! It's so much money.
Yep.
Yeah, you get like one skin, 2 weapon blueprints, a calling card, a charm, a finishing move, and a bunch of other shit. Don't get me wrong, they came out with a bunch of good bundles, like a Doom bundle. You could get the super shotgun, chainsaw, and a bunch of fucking other shit too.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's because it comes, from Blizzard Activision, right? I mean, even like World
Yeah.
of Warcraft and
Yeah.
other of their games, they have like skins that are as pricey, if not pricier, than full on games. They're like $90 and higher.
Yeah, like that. Oh my god, like that. I'm trying to think. I forgot what game it was. I think it was that Star Wars game that came out. The one with you play as that girl or whatever. They wanted like $100 for it. Like $200 for it.
Insane. The worst is people buy them. That's the worst part of it.
Yeah,
Don't-
like some
I
people
used
are
to
actually
be
buying
like
this
that.
shit.
Then I stopped. And I stopped doing that. I save my money. I buy what's it called, comic books now. I mean, I do buy games here and there if they're on sale. That's mostly it. I
What
don't
have
buy
you
skins
read
anymore.
recently?
I think about it. I'm trying to. I'm pretty sure. I think I read Deadpool. I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I gotta start reading again. I barely touch my comic books. My comic books are like brand new.
Oh, so you buy them, but you don't touch them?
Yeah. I opened one because I wanted to read one of them, and I opened it, and it still had that brand new smell to it.
Right.
That's how
Nice.
like.
So you mentioned
just bought,
Doom as well. Are you excited for
had-
the new Doom that's coming out?
Not really. Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. It's been that reaction where I'm like, it looks good, but I'm not sort of excited for
I'm
it.
not that excited.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I hate nowadays. Like back in the day, you used to be like so excited when you heard like a new Call of Duty was gonna come out or a new fucking video game. Now it's like, new Call of Duty, new Halo,
well, me, it's more because
Battlefield.
this new Doom looks a bit more stripped back, like a bit more closer to what a classic boomer shooter is like.
Yeah.
The way the camera and how everything is. I don't want to say more simplistic, but I don't know. It seemed different from Eternal, where Eternal was a lot of movements, a lot of jumps, a lot of speed. And
You were right,
Yeah.
JW. I was gonna say because I heard a podcast about that one. They interviewed like the one of the makers of that, the newer Doom, sorry, and they said that exact line that they thought the last Doom entry was too like complicated for players, and they did want to dial it back. So that feeling you got is accurate because
Yeah.
that was exactly the direction they're going for this
Well-
time. They thought the previous one was just too much.
No, it was great. I loved it. It was a great step up from like the what was it, 2016, 2013, the previous
Yeah,
one.
2016.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that
2016.
one, 2016 was like a good, comeback from Doom. It was like, okay, this is cool, this is nice. Then Eternal was like such a cool step up of like different
Yeah.
way of playing it, but still like super actiony and different. I really
I didn't really
liked
find
what
it
they
that
did.
complicated.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on the difficulty you put it too. There's many
Yeah, and also it depends
difficulties.
how you play, because people play the game differently. I play Mortal Kombat a certain way, I play Call of Duty a certain way, everyone plays the game a certain way.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. So I mean, for me, this is a step back. Seeing this, they even took out glory
Yeah.
kills. I mean, it's still there, but it's not like cinematic like the previous ones. And I don't know. It's just like I said, it's a step back. So for me, it's like I'm sure it'll be good, but it doesn't look as exciting as the previous one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just laughed so
If I
hard when
just
they
go to
mentioned
like
that. I
a
was like,
prequel,
he was right. And this one, yeah, you're right, Hunting. It is a prequel. It's gonna be like the origin of
like
the Demon Slayer.
game, yeah, how it became the Doomslayer. I was hoping they came out with what's it called? I was hoping it was a sequel to Doom Eternal, because I want to know what happened after the DLC, after he killed the Maker of Hell or whatever. But it's fine.
No, we need to
We'll get
bring
that.
in more
Like
lore
2030.
Yeah.
because that's what they said they wanted to work on for the next one. That they put in more cinematics and lore and better writing than Eternal. Which is
What
cool,
about
but weird because I don't think anybody plays Doom for the story. But it's cool that they want to work
Yeah.
on its
I kinda do.
weaknesses.
I
Like
was
I
gonna
said,
say,
everyone's
Hunting, how
different.
do
Some
you
people
feel
play
about
for
a
the story. What happened?
no, go ahead, finish your thought.
Um, yeah, well, some people play everyone, like I said before, everyone's different. Some people play for the story, some people play for the gameplay. I kind of play it for the story and also the gameplay too, because Doom Eternal had really good gameplay and a good story too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, for this year in general, is there any games that you're excited for that you want to play? We just mentioned Avowed. I don't know if that one's on your list
I
or
want to play
not.
Gears of War. I want to see how that is. I want to see that because I've played
Nice.
Gears of War since like the beginning, like when I was a kid. It's one of the games I
Yeah,
played
that
with
one
my
looks
grandpa.
pretty promising.
Yeah. A lot of people were hoping for
What
Gears of War
gear?
6, but this looks good. Hopefully it is.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's still on the back burner of games they're gonna make. But I was gonna say, what gears did you enjoy playing? I only played number one myself.
I played all of them. I like the second one. I enjoyed the second one.
Yeah, I heard that number two is pretty damn good. I have to get back on that train.
Three's pretty good. It's like more nostalgic to me because it's nothing that's like I said, I grew up playing that game.
And then yeah, we were
Here's what
just
Judgment.
kind of. Oh yeah, I always forget there's Judgment. I forgot about that one.
What's Judgment
Um,
again?
A lot of people did. A lot of people forgot about that game. I mean, I kind of play the multiplayer. It's kind of like Halo. They made it kind of like Call of Duty, Halo-ish. Multiplayer is like red against blue, like Halo, and the gameplay is kind of like Call of Duty.
yeah, it's almost like
Control.
ODST, GW. It was like an off part of the
And
the
it's
main
called
line there.
Judgment?
Yeah, Gears of War
Oh,
Judgment.
Gears
Yeah.
of War Judgment. Okay, I thought anyway. I was mixing it up with Judgment, the video game made by the people that made the Yakuza
Oh,
games.
no.
Never mind. Ignore me.
It's all good. So yeah, we just did our weekly recap, and then the only thing we were just wrapping up there was the PlayStation Network being down and having physical versus digital media. If you had any thoughts that you want to share on that one, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, I don't really care about PlayStation. What I think, to me, in my opinion, I think when it comes to PlayStation, when it comes to like between Xbox and PlayStation, I think PlayStation's a little bit better. Not the games, it's just how they treat their players. How PlayStation, like, when you report somebody, they ban that person. They don't fucking. It's not like you don't wait 2 years for the person to get banned like on Xbox.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah.
I never really had to ban anyone before, so I haven't experienced that.
No, yeah, it's Xbox. Yeah, no, Xbox. When it comes to reporting people, it fucking sucks. I got like my friend with somebody I used to talk to got a message from Xbox from like somebody he reported like a year ago. That's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And there's a
And how
guy I
about
watch on YouTube. What happened?
no, finish your thought, buddy.
There's a guy I watch on YouTube. He goes after like hackers, pedophiles on Xbox. He ends up getting banned for going after those people. Which I mean, he is. I mean, technically, he is harassing the people, but he's also doing a good deed, spreading light on this,
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun that Xbox banned him. There's a friend of his, who got banned recently for no reason. Got banned for a year, like, out of nowhere.
Huh.
Like, is he still banned, or did Xbox like
I
unban him?
I think they did unban her. They did unban her,
Ye-
whatever. Yeah, they
Oh,
did.
okay, yeah. That makes more sense then.
Yeah.
What about physical versus digital? Are you a digital downloader,
I
or do you like to have your
I
physical
do
media?
I do have some. I mean, it's both. Because it's cheaper to buy a physical copy, like Call of Duty, because a digital copy of Call of Duty is still like $60, and I'm not spending that much money on a game. It came out like a decade ago.
Very true.
Yeah. No, and also because it's hard to find. Sometimes it's hard to find physical copies because they're so rare and expensive. But if you
Yeah.
buy digital,
I say
it also
GW's gone
depends on the
through
price.
that with his N64.
Yeah. And I still have to finish Perfect Dark and Conquer. But
Well, Conquer was the more expensive one, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Perfect Dark wasn't that expensive. I think it was like what, $30 maybe.
Well,
For
that's not too
40,
bad.
something like that. Yeah, it wasn't, and it was with the box and everything. So Conquer without the box was like, it's like worth $200 to $300, but I was able to get it for like 100
Wow.
something.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, if it was any other games, I wouldn't have put money on it. But like Conquer was it's that special. There's like nothing like it. So I decided to put the money on it and keep it safe.
The other one I had was a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right.
just like it's
We were doing a list of the games coming out this month. There's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say there's just a lot of freaking hype on that game. I don't remember the first one getting like it had attention, but not like this much attention. Um, yeah, I just
But
it's a very interesting game, right? So it's just like I'm surprised that many people are getting into it. If you know what I'm referring to,
oh
like
yeah,
it's
for
just
sure. Like I've tried the
its
first one.
mechanics aren't
Like I've tried the
yeah, like its
first
mechanics
one,
aren't
and
easy.
yeah, like you say, yeah, it's everything is done to be a simulator of a kind, so it's very obtuse in many ways, right? And so
Yeah.
it wasn't for me, but like I'm glad it's getting as much attention, because it is very cool and creative, how they've done all this and all the choices you can make and all that. And I'm just as surprised as you, because like we were saying, Xbox like did shitty marketing for it. Like I didn't even know it was out until Hood was talking about it from the Discord, right?
Yes, same.
And but yeah, no, it's like getting attention through people, mouth to ears, right? Where
Yep.
saying that play this game, it's good, or that's pretty much the marketing it has been given. So I hope it's doing well. But yeah, I'm glad for it, really.
So like I was saying, right? So you got Avowed, you got this one here, sorry, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. You got Expedition 33 that you've mentioned, JW. I know there's more. I have to look on that list, right, to see. But yeah, like that's 3 already big RPGs, right, to play through. Whether they're 50 or 60 hours, maybe some of them might even be 100 hours, right? Like that's a lot on top of like everything else that might come out this year. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah, you're talking this
etc.
year, not this month, right?
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me at least, 2 only beats like a couple games a year. Like it seems like an overwhelming task if I was to even like try some of these.
Well, if you want to know
Yeah, I know.
what is coming out this month, there's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Civilization 7, Avowed, Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii,
Oh my god, yeah.
and Monster Hunter
that one.
Wilds.
Oh, and Monster Hunter 2. Wow, holy fuck.
Yeah, that's a
big one.
lot. And mind you, there used to be more. Like there used to be Assassin's Creed Shadows and other games that were slated to be February
Yeah.
before they got pushed back. So yeah, insane. But yeah, you mentioned for me that's the game I'm awaiting the most. I think this year. You mentioned Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Like it looks such like a cool universe and like old school RPG, but at the same time modern in some other ways. You know, so like it looks super
Yeah.
nice, creative. The characters look interesting. The writing seems nice. Like I can't wait for it. I just need to decide if I'm buying it on PC or PlayStation. Like again, with that question of physical media, right? Because it's not on GOG, so I would have to buy it either on Steam and it looks great, or buy it on PS5 and look less great, but have it physically.
Yeah, at least you get to own it, right?
Yep.
What about you, Hunting? Are you excited for any of those coming out, or do you have any thoughts to share?
Not really.
No worries. Did you see the trailer for Expedition 33?
No, I haven't.
No?
Really
Oh,
I'm
might worth-
not really into this type of game, those types of games.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I don't remember what I was going to say. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Well, there is a new Call of Duty, right? It's supposed to be scheduled up for this year as well. I'm assuming.
I'm gonna suck.
Yeah, because there's that one, and there's supposed to be that new Battlefield as well too, where
That's gonna
apparently
suck
they learned
too.
their lesson.
Hey, yeah, I don't
Hey
know
man,
about
they
that.
said they said they learned their lesson.
Well,
They always say that. Look what happens. They always
They say that, but then they do a Battlefield Labs, which is like free QA, because they cut back on so many employees. I mean, that's not promising.
I
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Well, why would they do that? That's so stupid. Like it's like with Call of Duty. If they didn't fire that guy who ran zombies, zombies would have been fucking perfect. But no, they gotta let that. Oh wait, no, actually, I think he left. If they fought to keep him, zombies would have been great. Guard would have been okay. Fucking, it would have been like a Cold War a little bit. Same with Black Ops 6. And that new Black Ops 6 map that came out with fucking the stats from Origins, that's just fucking... They're trying so hard to get people to play the game, and it's sad. It's really sad.
Which zombies one has been your favorite so far, Hunting?
My favorite? Oh, World at War.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
that one was really fucking good. I feel like
Campaign.
everyone says that game.
Yeah, because it's fucking great.
No, everyone
The
says that
campaign.
one
Yeah.
and Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, yeah, for me, it's World at War. Black Ops 1 was also good, too.
Yep. I think that was the last
Yeah.
one where I bought on launch and, had fun with it. Afterwards, it went all downhill, and I haven't touched a Call of Duty since that first Black Ops, I think.
Yeah, because the reboot Modern Warfares aren't good. I mean, the first one, 2019, was pretty good. I kind of liked it. And then when Modern Warfare 2 came out, and then I think they made it right after Vanguard came out. I think. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. Yeah.
Is it because I never got to play the newer ones. I played all the old Modern Warfare games.
Good.
Is like the
Don't worry about the
story,
other
I know
ones.
it's somewhat different. I know like the story is like somewhat supposed to be the same, but like is it really like
no, not really.
the main...
Modern Warfare 2, the reboot, never
Yeah.
had the no Russian mission. Skipped. They
Oh,
teased it at
wow.
the end.
Oh, yeah,
Modern
it's
Warfare
too
3.
sensitive now.
Exactly. Really fucked up too when that game first came out, when Modern Warfare 2 first came out, they never had any of the flags like the American flag, Canadian flag, or whatever. They only had pride flags, and people were complaining about it. People were pissed.
Yeah, with good reason.
Wow, I'm surprised they
And the
did that.
people were-
Yeah.
On Reddit, people who were complaining about it were called homophobic and transphobic.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. I remember reading the post. I remember reading the subreddit. We were getting called homophobic.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was just like what was the other ones there? There was when the Harry Potter game came out, right? Everyone was getting
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
picked on
sure.
for playing it. Yeah.
If you
Right.
buy
So,
this
yeah.
game, you're a homophobic. You're the
It's like with
worst
that Fantastic
character.
Four movie.
You're a Nazi, and
Yeah, it was so crazy, man. And what it
Like with
turned out
that,
to be an amazing game.
Yep.
Like
Exactly.
or
It's
worse
like with that
is
Fantastic Four movie, Michael B. Jordan. Like people who weren't seeing it were racist. Yeah. I don't want to see
Oh,
it because
wow,
it's fucking
really?
shit. Yeah, you
The
don't
worst
remember
thing
that?
was
Yeah.
the,
People were gonna call it racist for not seeing it.
the worst thing with the Harry Potter thing is that J.K. Rowling had nothing to do with that game. They only used the universe she created. Like she didn't consult, she didn't
Yeah.
see the dev team. She wasn't even involved. But because it touched Harry Potter, the group went insane.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because she had no involvement in it.
Yeah.
Still got attacked because people are so stupid.
Well,
And
the
then,
extremists, yeah.
Yeah, like I know I was saying to JW.
It's like when Modern Warfare 3 came out.
Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so when Modern Warfare 3 came out, when they did the No Russian mission, it was fucking so stupid. You didn't show up in an airport. You were on a plane. You played as, I forgot her name. You played as some like spy or whatever the fuck she was. I don't remember because I don't give a shit. Makarov his goons put you on a fucking bomb vest and force you to like blow up the plane. That was the fucking mission.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not as impactful.
And it was like so short too. I was hoping they had you were on the fucking plane shooting people like like the original Modern Warfare 2, but no.
Well,
it's too
of course,
sensitive.
it's not the same thing because, on the No Russian, you have the choice of shooting, not shooting. What do you do? Do you run? It's all putting it on the player while the other one is scripted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scripted. And also in the original Modern Warfare 2, if you actually pay attention, they know you're a spy. Makarov and his men look at you like they know you're a spy.
Yeah, because at the very end, right, where he shoots you or whatever.
He shoots you at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And leaves you for dead.
And even at the beginning of that one too, right? If someone didn't want to play it, I remember it gave you that warning, like you could skip that part of the level if it really.
That was the remaster. That was the Modern Warfare 2. Oh, yeah, that was the remaster. It told you could skip if you want, and I didn't. That's so stupid. I understand people were sensitive, but games back then were fucking dark.
Yeah, no, that's
It's
true.
like people seem to forget about that. Max Payne,
Well-
the first Max Payne game. It literally showed you somebody killing your baby daughter, your newborn baby daughter. You could find her on the with her crypt knocked over, covered in blood.
Oh man, I forgot about that
And,
game. I have to go back to it.
Yeah. Shows your fucking dead baby.
No, but
and
it's
also
true.
manhunts. Yeah, exactly. Nobody complained about that. They didn't make a big deal
Well,
about it. They didn't say it was.
No,
fucking
that's not
sensitive.
true. I mean, there were a bunch of legal cases against it. Manhunt was banned in multiple countries.
Yeah.
No, people were
I know that
against
about
it.
that, but I didn't know about Max Payne because I didn't know about that about Max Payne about the fucking baby.
Oh,
I don't know
Yep.
there was lawsuits about it. But I know about Manhunt. It was banned in several countries because of it's a snuff film.
Yep.
what was it? What was the other game?
But no,
there?
no,
Yeah.
no, not Max Payne.
What was the other
No,
game there?
not Max
Punisher.
Payne, no, Manhunt.
Wasn't the Punisher also like picked on too because it had really intense torture scenes and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I posted
exactly.
that
It was
recently. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that one too. Yeah.
Same with Manhunt 2. You can't find a copy of Manhunt 2 because it's rated A, adults only. So when a game is rated adults only, nobody sells it. Nobody could sell it because of it's too violent.
I'm pretty sure I have
I mean,
that one.
they
on
Even
the
though they
could,
cut it down,
but-
even though they cut it, they still
They
couldn't
could
fucking-
sell it, but nobody wants to sell a adult only game because it sells less.
Yeah.
So you won't make back the money.
Yeah. I mean, they can still sell the game, but nobody's gonna buy it from them, so they could sell at the game store because it's rated A. I mean, they did still sell it, but didn't make that much money like the first game did, and a lot of people didn't like Manhunt 2 that much. I mean, I kind of did. I like the kills.
It was a
Don't
cool
see it.
game. It definitely was a cool. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I think I have
Yeah.
number 2 on the PSP. I'll have to look at my collection, but I think I do. But speaking of like older games like that, then Hunting, was there any older games that like really stuck out to you that you enjoyed? That you're like, this is a must-play game.
Serious Sam.
Serious Sam, yeah, that's why I still haven't tried yet. A lot of people recommend that one.
Of course, it's really, really good. Play the what's it called? I played the original one on the original Xbox on the 360.
Is it
You
like
know.
a goofy kind of game, or is it more like serious? Not to
Yeah,
no pun intended.
It's goofy.
Yeah, okay.
I know it's goofy. The original Xbox version is kind of goofy. It has like funny cutscenes or whatever, and the remaster, the First Encounter HD, it doesn't have the goofy cutscenes like the original did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any other ones other than Serious Sam?
Uh, Nukem,
Duke Nukem?
a good one.
Yeah.
Not Duke Nukem Forever. I mean, if you want to play Duke Nukem Forever, go right ahead. I don't give a shit. But you could buy the what's it called? The Anniversary Edition, which is basically like the classic Duke Nukem. I mean, you could switch the graphics to like remaster or original, whatever you want.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to think
played.
what else.
I
Oh
played
my
the
god.
last one I think I played was on the N64, whatever that one was. I think it was Duke Nukem 64. That one was pretty good.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah. I mean, in your opinion, yeah. But a lot of people didn't like that, version of Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah, no, that was another one of those big controversy things. He's pissing on stuff. He's throwing money at strippers.
That was Postal 2. The Postal 2 got in trouble for pissing on people. That's another game that got in trouble for controversy. The first one got banned. The first one because of I think because of that school shooting, Columbine. I think. Wait, I don't think so. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. The first Postal got banned. The second one got banned too because you could piss on cops. You could fight there's terrorists in the game. They all look like Osama bin Laden. I found kind of hilarious.
Wow. I forgot about those
You
games
could
too.
fucking
Yeah.
you could piss on donuts and drop them, so you could watch like a cop pick them up and eat. You could watch a cop pick it up and eat it.
That's too funny.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like a
games,
Postal 2 is like it's like a South Park episode
Yeah.
basically. The first game is dark, and the second one's more South Park episode.
games today are. Well, the game industry is more corporatized than before. Before, it was new and everybody was experimenting, right? So today,
Yeah.
there are more rules, I guess. Well, rules in brackets. Like I said, it's more corporatized or more clean. They want investors and safe bets.
That's just stupid though. Like
I
Max
agree.
Payne made a lot of money. So it had your newborn baby get killed in the beginning of the game. Beginning of the game, that game made a lot of money. Same with the second. Kind of with
Yeah, I
the third
agree.
one. A lot of people didn't like the third one.
But then when you look at those
And I did.
charts, right, that show you all the most popular games for 2024, 2023, right? It's always those same live service titles, right? Like Call of Duty, Fortnite, FIFA, whatever, right? It's
And that's why they keep betting on live services.
yeah. Like you're right, Hunting. It would be great
You-
if a lot of casual gamers, tried out those great single player storylines and games like that. But no, they just continue to gravitate towards the live service.
They'd
for
rather
whatever-
play Fortnite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah,
they'd rather
exactly.
play-
And games, like you say, like that's why even though Suicide Squad sucks and that everybody, say it's the worst thing in the world, live services, and company like WB just still says, yeah, I think we're going to do a live service of this other game instead, and that's because they keep seeing the
No.
stats that live services work, but it's just they had the wrong IP maybe in their head,
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, if they were a lot smarter with Suicide Squad, that game could have been a lot better.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
The way they did, if they were smarter, if they weren't fucking fucking retarded, then maybe it would be a lot. It would be a better game.
Like, what would you have liked to have seen in it? Like, what changes would you have wanted to make?
If they didn't pull that multiverse bullshit with Deadshot, because they said that Deadshot in Arkham City was a clone or whatever, and copycat, and the Deadshot in the Suicide Squad game is, the real Deadshot.
Oh, okay.
What I would have done was, I would have said, well, they should have said, instead of making that multiverse excuse, they could have said the reason why he's black in this game is because of Will Smith. Right? Because actually, in the comic book, he's white in the comic book, and in the cartoons,
Oh,
sure.
okay.
white.
Yep.
And I
mean,
would have
they should-
instead of I think I would have kept the season pass because I kind of like that idea. Make it free for everyone. But I would kind of make, instead of just adding stupid characters like that, Mr. Freeze, actually add Mr. Freeze and not that multiverse whatever. I would add good villains, good nobody like Killer Moth. I probably would have added Polka Dot Man.
Well, they shouldn't have linked
Good
it
Batman
to
villain.
Arkham, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
true, eh?
I'm pretty sure didn't they link it? I mean, they kind of did, but it was fucking stupid.
Yeah, they did. And for
Spoiler
anybody
alert.
that still wants to play this game, which is no one, they shoot
Yeah.
Batman in the head, and it's the same
Oh.
Arkham Batman
What?
on a
But
on a
actually,
bench, on
he's
just
a
a bench.
clone. Yeah,
Again?
actually a clone. Actually, that's not actually Batman.
What? Oh my
Really?
god.
Brainiac made clones of the superheroes. See, he captured them, and he was making clones. So that's not really Batman. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so stupid.
Somebody made an edit video of how would Arkham Batman react to that, and he countered the fucking when Harley Quinn pointed the gun at his head. I think I have the video somewhere on my phone. I gotta find it. So when Harley Quinn points the gun, he fucking grabs it and he starts doing the fucking combos in the game. He starts kicking the shit out of everyone. The Arkham City theme song starts playing
Wow.
because that's how it would go down if you pointed a gun at Batman. He
Absolutely.
would kick
Yeah.
the shit out of you.
You wouldn't just die.
He refuses to die. I mean, he's died in the comic book and came back. There's times where he did, but
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, because you like comics so much, have you ever tried Marvel Rivals yet, Hunting, or is that what not interest you?
I'm not really interested in that. I thought about playing it, but I don't like Overwatch too much. If it was a fighting game like Marvel vs. Capcom, then I would definitely play it.
Okay.
I think you'd be surprised because I hated Overwatch as well, and I've been addicted to Marvel Rivals ever since I've tried it. It's not my normal type of game, and it's really good. It's free, so you should give it a try.
I heard about it. I've seen people play it. I don't know. Maybe. Like I said, I don't like Overwatch too much.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought about playing it. I thought about playing Overwatch, but I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't want to get picked on, so made fun of.
What do you mean?
Because some people hate it. Kind of like how people hate what's it called, League of Legends.
Oh yeah, I hate that game.
And most people who play Overwatch are fucking weird or whatever. Some people are. I mean, I'm not saying everyone who plays Overwatch is weird, but some people who play Overwatch, people who play Overwatch are weird. I want people to think that I'm weird.
No, I get you. That stereotype with certain games.
Does it matter? What other people
I mean, no,
think?
to me, I don't want. I mean, not really, but I don't want people thinking that I'm weird. I don't take fucking showers and shit, even though I do. I want people to think that this is all I do. I
That
do other shit too.
only
I know
happens if you
people
play
like that
World
on
of
Call of Duty.
Warcraft.
There's people out there who are like that on Call. What happened?
I said that only happens if you play World of Warcraft. Then your life is consumed.
Yeah. Genshin Impact, another fucking game. I don't know why people play that game. I get people like anime. Don't get me wrong. I like anime. I mean, I like the style of it, but I wouldn't watch fucking anime. But these people like play it like every fucking day. Like they don't sleep. They
Yeah.
just fucking
You get to win
Kevin,
waifus.
like-
Why would you do anything else?
you really think they have fucking girlfriends? You really think those people could talk to girls? They go as soon as they go outside, they're like fucking they start stuttering and shit. They start shaking and shit. Like they don't know.
A
What
bit
to
of a
do.
generalization,
Brain
but
starts
sure.
The brain starts malfunctioning and shit. The brain starts fucking short circuiting.
It's just that like I think
Like
addiction.
Patrick.
I think this is the like addiction to those games. Like I know JW's covered before, and I'm sure Zichik would say the same. It's just, it's getting that next character right, or it's getting whatever that next item might be. It's that constant addiction to wanting to get whatever is the newest thing in those games. That just keeps you.
Yeah, well,
Used to
back.
be like that
it
with Call of
depends.
Duty.
It depends. Like for me, it was getting to the next part of the story, which it took too long, and I sort of
Yeah, that too.
jumped off the trip. But Withering Waves had much more gameplay, I find, or better gameplay than Genshin Impact. For me, that was different. Like gameplay is important,
Yes.
and so for me to add that sort of stylish action anime thing that I like, and also having an interesting, crazy story, which was like a very good first season. Then it took so long before version 2 came out that I had a new computer and didn't reinstall it, so I haven't tried it since.
That's a terrible thing that seems to keep happening, eh? Even with the other games, is like just taking too long to have the next one come out. The first thing I think of is Final Fantasy VII, right? Like how long it took for the part 2
Oh,
to come
or
out.
GTA 6.
Or GTA 6, very good example. Yeah.
I mean, GTA is different because it's different stories. But
Yeah.
no, Final Fantasy VII
Yeah.
Part 2 not only takes so long, but it's obligated to be played on another platform of when you've played it first. When the original game came out fully, not separated in parts.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we doing?
Yeah, now it's like what? I think it's gonna be 3 parts altogether. Hopefully not 4, but I'm
Yes.
pretty
I
sure
think
it's-
they do that so they could build up, suspension. I can't fucking think. I think they just do it just to build up, so they get people to excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just that
It's to make more money.
it's just that time frame
More
between
money,
between the two of them too, right? There was quite a bit of like you probably forgot about the first one that you played by the time the second Final Fantasy VII came out.
I mean, I don't know. From what I didn't play much of the remake, but it seemed to me that it was pretty bloated of like side stuff to say, look, we have a lot of stuff to do. Like they didn't need to separate it in 3 parts,
Yeah, or even I think we talked about
but
before.
they like to make money. So
Even like we talked before.
What?
I said even like we were talking about before JW, like a while back on the podcast when it was bring up for discussion. The story itself is just so complicated now. Like even just trying to look it up online, I was like, there's different like timelines now and all this other bullshit. And it's like I'm not even.
yeah, because it's the remake, but actually it's a bit like if it was a follow-up of the original series. So they do that thing where they fuck up the timeline. So they're saying that the original and the new one lives in the same sort of universe, but on in the same timeline, and then there's
Yeah,
this whole multiverse,
doesn't make any
timeline
sense.
bullshit.
I agree.
What?
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Hunting. I'm just like it's so complicated now. It's so annoying. Like the
So
original.
it's just one of the
Just
many
fucking
ways.
lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy. It's one of the many ways they do to reboot something while making it different.
They can't just make a whole new story. They gotta fucking say, oh, it's multiverse.
Well, I mean, that would have been Final Fantasy VIII, but a lot
Yeah.
of people do not like that Final Fantasy. I personally really like it, but I can see why.
Yeah, the only other 2 things I had on the back burner was one, and I already kind of told you, JW, was the stuff that I found out about Devil May Cry. Hopefully.
Oh,
Hope-
Jesus Christ.
I know. I know. I was listening.
Okay, so let's explain this for the viewers. So apparently, there's a rumor going around that my favorite series of all time, one of the game that got me into gaming, beside, because for a long time, I played Super Nintendo and 64. I got into gaming, but like I think Devil May Cry was probably the first game or games where I was like, oh yeah, Devil May Cry is so cool. I need to get more, name recognition and character recognition more so than just I'm Mario, I'm jumping around, or I'm playing this character and doing whatever, or like I think Devil May Cry for me was like the first, big thing, big video game thing where I became super fan of, So apparently they're, as a rumor, let's keep it rumor, that they're remaking it, and Mindful Pig told me they might be thinking of going a bit Souls-like-ish with it, which is the most stupid,
Agreed.
insulting thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
It's like what they did with Borderlands 3. They made it different. They made it like Destiny instead of just making it just like Borderlands, instead of just doing the same thing.
I can't
Don't get
finish.
me wrong. I like Borderlands 3. I bought it because it was on sale. I wanted to play because I was bored and there's like nothing else on. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll play it. But yeah, it's like they fucking like, instead of just doing what they were doing, which made the game fucking great. Oh, let's try something different. Let's make it different, and it fucking sucks.
It's
Why make
so
it different?
bad.
Make it the same. That's why people fell in love with it.
Yeah, like fuck, I hate 3. I can't get through it. I've tried so many times to just complete that fucking game, and like I'm like you, Hunting. I love Borderlands, like the series. I think they've all been great up until that point. I'm hoping that 4 is going to be amazing, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It might suck. It might not. Who knows? My
Yeah.
guess is it might fucking suck. But I might be wrong.
So all this to say, Devil May Cry
Hopefully,
is
I
a
am.
rumor,
I pray to
but
God that I am.
yeah, no. So the Devil May Cry thing is a rumor, but like we mentioned, I pray to God it's not true.
Yeah.
And Mindful Pig ruined my day that day with this news.
Like for sure though, like I've heard now 3 different podcast sources, right, and on Twitter there's been a bunch. I know for sure that Devil May Cry remake is going to happen, but you're right, the rumor,
sure.
the rumor is how are they going to do it this time around? For the majority of it, I hear that it's really going to cater to the fans of the first 2 games, apparently, like whatever was going good in
What
those.
fan of the second game? Nobody likes
I
the
know,
second
I
game.
know,
What
but
the fuck are they all about?
I was kind of surprised at
I
that
also
comment
forgot too.
too.
There's one more thing.
Sorry, Hunty, what's up?
Back for Blood. Back for Blood. That's another one I forgot about.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one.
People who made Left 4 Dead made that game. I mean, I heard that's the reason why they couldn't make it like Left 4 Dead or make it kind of like the same thing, because Valve owns the rights. But like they couldn't make an agreement with Valve. If they did, that game would have been perfect. I don't understand. In Back 4 Blood, it's like an RPG kind of like a thing. Like you could pick certain skull cards instead of just like Left 4 Dead, where you just you're in a safe room. You can find weapons on the ground, melee weapons or whatever.
Yeah.
But in this game, you find skull cards, fucking all this other shit.
Yeah, that one.
That's another thing I wanted to point out.
No, that's a good one. Yeah, it did start off like big, but yeah, Back 4 Blood definitely died out pretty quick, as compared to like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
I agree with you, buddy.
People still playing that game, Left 4 Dead 2. There's like 20,000 people still playing that game, I think.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
20,000, I think like
It's still got a
1,000
healthy.
maybe?
It's still got a healthy
good amount of
player
people
base.
still playing that game. Even though people still, even though people hack and shit, but still got a, good. It's not like Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, sorry, I was just trying to think with Devil May Cry there. Yeah, I was surprised that they mentioned number 2 as well, GW. Number 1, sure, I get it. You want to go back to the origin and cater to it. What made that first one
No,
sell so
actually,
well?
I get remaking.
There's
I
nothing
get
wrong with going back to the
remaking
origin.
Devil. Like I get remaking Devil May Cry 2 because it sucked. So you remake it to make it good. But taking inspiration from Devil May Cry 2, it's all like this cringes my ears. Like
Yeah,
I understand the definition of a remake. It's supposed to be, different, not the same.
yeah, that's true.
These
Well,
fucking developers.
So the rumor
understand,
is they're remaking 1 and 2, or that they're remaking the first one. They're taking inspiration from 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're taking inspiration from 1 and 2 apparently for it. Not
Jesus Christ, it's gonna suck. I know it's gonna suck. Oh.
fucking developers are retarded. Like, who hires these people? Did they go out in the street and fucking find people drooling out of their fucking mouth? You're a developer. Want to work for us?
I know.
Come on down.
No,
Be a
I
developer.
mean, the developers, it's not them that decide this. It's management company, the company that decides pretty much the projects.
Yeah, like that short I shared.
I mean,
if you get a chance, it's in what is it, the mum channel there, but it's like a perfect example of this exact situation of, like, these boardroom meetings and them going, oh, there's all this hype right now for this particular game, or whatever, this theme of a game, and like, let's just fucking launch it. And like, yeah, basically the short gives an example of, like, when games aren't even fully ready or not developed, or the ideas aren't even there yet, but just the need, right, to please the stockholders is so high that you just push them.
I don't understand that. How do you release a game that's not finished? I don't get it.
it's a good question. Why do people buy them?
Yeah,
That's why they're releasing them unfinished, because people buy them.
I don't get it. Like, you don't look at the fucking reviews. I go on YouTube. I read the reviews before I buy a game to make sure it's good, because I'm not going to spend $20, $30, $40, $50, $60 in a game that's fucking broken or doesn't work correctly, or the graphics suck.
well, it's like when we had that
Sure.
that trend, right, where it went from like playtesting games actually to just game companies realizing, oh, I could release this as a beta, or like, whatever, and people will still buy it, play it, and then they'll give us the review of it, right? Like, it's
Well, it's also the fact that
Imagine it's
now
not a
they
beta.
can update their games anytime. That's
Yeah.
also the thing. They're like, oh, we don't have time for this. So put it in the day 1 patch, or put it in the whatever number patch of that we're going to send. We're going to send when we can. Like, we have other shit to do.
yeah.
That's the thing.
Imagine it's not the beta. Imagine it's like, oh, I can't wait to play the beta. The beta? This is the full game. This is the actual game. This is not the beta. And the guy's like, what the fuck did I spend my money on if it's unfinished?
What was that one game there? Ark.
It's,
I think Ark had the fucking like beta or whatever, like, on its title for like the longest fucking time.
Well, there's also the early access scene. But
yeah, early access. That was the other word I could remember. Yeah. So
I don't get it. Look at Cyberpunk. I mean, that game was unfinished when it came out, but they fixed it, and look at it now.
Oh yeah.
These developers
I don't know. I
can't
haven't
fucking go
tried
back
it.
and do the same thing.
Or I mean, one of the
They can't do
golden
the same thing.
examples.
They can't go back and fix the game.
One of the golden examples is JW's favorite game, like No Man's Sky. Like, that one had a triumphant story by the time it was.
Oh yeah, it's great now.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I
Like,
still
what the
play
fuck,
it
they can't
here and there.
Sheila was just saying, if, people are idiots. For example, the Punisher game in the PS2. They said that game was so bad. Yeah, we brought up that one, Sheila.
Yeah, a lot of like different console like versions are bad. Like Max Payne on the PS2 was bad. Bunch of like
Oh yeah.
other games.
What was it? I think it was Skyrim on the PS3. That one ported really bad too. There's a lot of crashes with
The
it.
Incredible Hulk game. Yeah, the Incredible Hulk game on the PS2 was fucking bad. The graphics were terrible.
Yeah, the last one I had there
PS3 is
was.
pretty good.
I got to tell Jimmy yesterday about it because he's a big Resident Evil fan. But they have confirmed that Resident Evil 0 is the next one on the remake list that they're gonna do.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he was so pissed. He's like, why 0?
I mean, it kind of makes sense because that's what I don't think did they remake that one first, or did they remake Resident Evil 1? Did they remaster?
Yeah, Resident
Yeah,
Evil.
they did a
remastered the first one,
remaster
right?
in the past.
Yeah, they did 1, and then
Yeah.
as the bundle package, you got 0 with it.
But they also did a
Yeah,
remaster of 0 on the Wii and other platforms.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Wii had
Yeah.
1. I forgot. But yeah. So
Yep.
that's what they're gonna be focusing on, which makes sense, right?
It's
'Cause
not
they
like
have
Resident
the-
Evil 3 remake.
They have the
It's a
movie
prequel.
coming out soon.
Resident Evil Zero was a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that movie's good. I don't know.
Well, it's by the director of
movie?
My spider senses are taking.
the new Resident Evil movie that's gonna come out, the one that's directed by the guy that did the
just-
I
Barbarian.
have like a superpower that tells me when if the movie's gonna suck or not.
Just no, it won't. It won't work. We've seen the director. We've seen what Sony movies do. With all the stupid superhero film they brought in, which
Adam
is
Webb,
all
that's
the villains
stupid.
from the Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man and making them anti-heroes instead of villains. So no, I don't think Resident Evil is going to be
Yeah.
any good.
Well, these are
See,
these are apparently what's
When
gonna
you said
happen.
that,
Sorry, Hunty, go
What?
ahead. No, go ahead, Hunty. What were you gonna say?
when you said that about anti-heroes with Craven, see, in the comic book, he was a mercenary. He was a killer.
Yeah,
But they made him a fucking joke in the movie. They made him like a fucking. They picked a guy. I forgot his name. He played a kick-ass in that movie, and also he played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
yeah.
They couldn't find anybody else. There's nobody else he could find to play Craven.
I
More
don't know.
serious guy.
Apparently it sucked, and that's all I know. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it myself. It's
Um,
just Sony is just
Adam
not
Webb
on a
sucked.
good track because I'm if I'm not mistaken, it is Sony that is making the Resident Evil, right?
I'll have to check that one. I'm not sure if they're involved in this one. But I was gonna
Oh,
say,
Wait, what's the name of my big Resident Evil web?
I'm not sure. Just I guess the new Resident Evil movie or Resident Evil movie
Okay, Resident
information
Evil.
2025. But what I was gonna say to you was, apparently for this one, they want to focus on, and the reason I'm asking is because I want to know what your guys' opinions are. But they're gonna focus on Leon this time as the start of the movie, and apparently they're gonna pay respect to like the zombies, but they're gonna, because the director apparently was saying that Resident Evil has expanded way beyond zombies. With number 4 being the villagers, and then werewolves,
For
and
sure.
vampire, right? So
Yeah.
they have a vast variety of monsters to choose from. So that's what they're gonna try to do with this movie.
Yeah.
But I was just curious. I like Leon, but then again, I haven't played a lot of Resident Evil, so I might like other characters. Jimmy was saying he was kind of hoping it was going to be Jill that was going to get the spotlight. What do you guys think? Like, was there a particular
It
character?
should have been
you-
Jill. It should
Yeah?
have been. The movie should be about the first movie. The movie should be based on the first video game where they're in the mansion, right? Where they're fighting giant spiders, fucking tyrant. It should be that. Second movie should be about Leon, RPD, Mr. X, Lickers, whatever.
So you want
Like
a
the second
series
game.
to be true to the video games? Then no different
Yes. And
storylines.
then the
Okay.
third movie should be about Jill. Yeah. And then the fourth one should bring back Leon at the village. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking, I could find better there's like better what's it called? Fan films that are better than actual Hollywood movies on YouTube
I can see that.
you could watch.
But yeah, no, I agree. A full movie where it's Jill would have been great. But I also really like Leon, so Leon or Jill, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I like both these characters more than the other ones. So
Watch it launch. It's like
Sound
it's
like Chris.
Barry.
yeah, no,
I want to
no.
see Chris Punch Boulder in live action. That's what I want to see. I
What do you want to see in live action?
want to see Chris punch a boulder.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Resident Evil
yeah,
5.
that's what I don't want to see, Chris. Mr. Steroid in person.
So stupid. I love it.
You would have been funny in the Halo show if you know how in Halo you could lift up you could like flip over like cars and bikes and shit. Imagine they did that
Yeah.
in the show. They had Master Chief like lift up a fucking car.
I am sure it would have been badass, but that show sucks, so no.
Exactly. He takes off his helmet. That pissed me off. That fucking bothered me so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Takes off his
bothered
helmet.
everyone.
He never takes off his helmet. In the game. I mean, he did, but they didn't show you what he looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
so
he's a
stupid.
faceless soldier. He's supposed to be
It's like
a faceless
it's
super
like Judge
soldier.
Dredd with Sylvester Stallone, where he takes off the helmet. He never in the comic book.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd never took off his helmet. Never,
Yeah.
never. The fucking Carl Urban version, the remake Dredd, was better.
Oh yeah,
comic
that
act-
movie is underrated. It's such a good movie, that Carl Urban Judge Dredd film. It's really good. I'm
Yeah, it's on HBO Max. I'm gonna watch it again.
it's too bad it didn't make that much money, because I'm sure it would have been a great series that they could have built
Yeah, there was
upon.
a thing on Facebook when the movie first came out. There was I forgot, like a thing, donate money to make a sequel for it or whatever.
Oh
Or to
yeah,
make a sequel. That never happened. The sequel never happened.
yeah, no.
Oops. But yeah,
I mean, it should.
all
I
the
mean,
stuff
I
I
wouldn't
had
watch it. I
for
don't
you
care if it's bad
guys.
or not.
So usually we do at the end hunting. Unless you guys, sorry, had anything else you wanted to add in that was news you wanted to share.
That's fine.
Yeah, we were talking about games that we wanted to play earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's Adam Fall coming up in March, I think. Which this I will play in stream most likely. I'm super excited for that one.
Me too.
A sort of stalker or metro game, but in the English plains instead of the Russian tunnels. So
Like between the two of them, though,
that look cool.
I'm really excited to hear your opinion on 33, though. Like I'm dying to hear when you finally get your hands on that game, and just to hear if you like it or not.
Well, I'm dying to see it too, because every time I looked at like a trailer, like it really gives me goosebumps. Like I love the music, the ambience, the visuals of it all.
Yeah,
And
like it's especially going off that
Yep,
hype train of Indiana Jones, right? And then for you to get like another good game would just be awesome.
yeah, for sure. Which, speaking of Indiana Jones, actually, tomorrow I'm streaming Indiana Jones, and actually,
game was
what we're
good.
going to do is we're going to look at the first film, like the writing, the story, and all that, and how it ties into the video game, and why it matters, and the whole character of
So I see
Indiana
that as
Jones and all that, before
I see that
going
movie as a
afterwards
real-
in gaming.
Not
Yeah,
talking about
sorry.
game. I see that game as a sequel. I see that as a true sequel to Indiana Jones instead of Crystal Skull.
I still prefer Crystal Skull over Dial of Destiny. Dial of Destiny sucked ass so much, and it sort of repeated Crystal Skull, but
Forgot
in
about
way
that movie.
worse.
Forgot about Dial of Destiny. Actually, I kind of forgot about that movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's better than Dial of Destiny. Yeah.
Like, actually, I'm annoyed because I like the idea behind Dial of Destiny, but it's such a bad film. Like, I wish there was like a mix between the themes, the characters in Crystal Skull, and maybe something to do with more the plot of Dial of Destiny instead, or there's like something that could be done to fix it, but it sucked. It sucked so much. Plus, it's just a repeat of 4, but worse. So, I mean, so anyways, all this to say, we'll be looking at the first movie, how it ties into the video game, and then continue the playthrough of Indiana Jones on stream tomorrow at 7 Eastern.
Oh, for a Wednesday. Okay, nice.
Yep.
That's exciting.
This time it's Wednesday. It won't always be Wednesday, but
Yeah,
this time it's Wednesday.
Oh, that's exciting, man. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on that one then.
So we're doing a bit, like we did with Spider-Man's, but this time with Indiana Jones.
I like that style, though. I really, I like what you did with Spider-Man. So yeah, this I'm looking forward to that stream.
Cool.
Is there any other ones you have, buddy, that are coming up, or is just Indiana Jones for right now?
Right now, that's the only stream I've planned. I mean, I stream once a week. There's probably going to be more gaming, and more Marvel Rivals for sure. There's a video I'm currently editing, almost done, of Marvel Rivals, and you're a lot in it, Mindful Pig. It's all around you, so
Oh,
I
boy.
hope you like this one. And there's a lot of swearing too. I'm really annoyed with the amount of beeping I have to make, actually.
Do you like you just put like a little sound effect in every time when you have that happen, or
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. I was curious
Yeah.
what you did for your editing.
and I asked around, and apparently it does reduce the reach of amount of people if it detects a swear, depending what it is. Like it's very, it's not an exact science, so might as well beep everything.
Oh, okay. It could depend on the
Yeah.
word itself. Okay.
Yeah, and the context and all that. Like you posted earlier, where
Yeah.
swearing at something, but swearing in a song, it's okay.
Yeah, so stupid. So
Yeah,
stupid.
that doesn't really make any. Yeah, I know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Fucking PewDiePie could say the N word and not get banned, but if I say fuck, shit, I get fucking demonetized instantly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's really dumb how they figure out stuff. But I was gonna say, because Hunty might not know. What about your writing streams, Mr. JW? Are we gonna see another continuation of that soon?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's part of it now.
Oh, you're mixing
Here's
the
the
two
new way
together?
I'm trying to. Yeah, that's the new way I'm trying to do. Where the first part of the stream, I look at writing, and then I game something that is linked to that first part. Right.
Oh,
That's what I try to do
okay.
now.
Sorry, I misunderstood that.
Unless you were talking about like writing creative stuff that is not linked to a video game.
Yeah, are you still gonna do that, or are you putting a pause on that? For now?
Currently, there's a pause on that
Okay.
because there's a lot going on, so it's sort of hard to get back into it. But yeah, so that's why recently I've been looking more into the writing of stuff and analyzing all that, and then gaming to something linked to that. And
No, that's cool. I
for
like
example,
that.
there's also there's one I want to do with Ghost of Tsushima at some point, but I need to finish Ghost of Tsushima first, so because the writing is interesting in Ghost of Tsushima. So expect a stream on that at some point, but
Ooh, okay.
tomorrow it's Indiana Jones.
Shit, yeah, and that's another one that's coming out too soon. It's number 2. God damn.
That's true, Ghost of Yotai, but it's not very much linked to the Ghost of Tsushima.
No, it's
just
like years after, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like hundreds of years after. Which is good, because, even though I didn't finish Ghost of Tsushima, I know the ending. Like, I saw my brother-in-law finish it, so I know, and it's really cool. So, if there was a follow-up to that, like, I would have been annoyed. Like, I don't think it needs a sequel. So, I'm glad that they're making a sort of new, separate story with this.
And we know it's gonna do better than the Assassin's Creed one. So
Well, we don't know, but like I'm ready to bet that it
Me
will be
too.
much better than Shadows.
And how about you, Hunted? What do people have to look forward to? What are you
This
gonna be? Or do you have any things planned?
Maybe Force Unleashed 2, because I was thinking about streaming that because I was gonna play it on Unleashed difficulty because I already did beat it 3 times.
Wow.
Easy, medium, and hard.
Are you just
When I
like
stream myself playing it on Unleashed difficulty.
are you just trying to like 100% the game, or like you just really enjoy it?
I just really enjoy it.
Fair enough.
Cool. Yeah, it is a very good game, The Force Unleashed.
I think I played a bit of that one. I'd have to go back to it. That one, and what's the other one everyone always says I have to play? Knights of the Old Republic. It's probably another one I have to sink my teeth into.
Well, that hasn't aged well, but
No, oh
Sure. Well, gameplay-wise, I mean, like the story is cool, but I wouldn't recommend the gameplay to anyone really. It hasn't aged that well.
Oh damn.
Like I remember playing this game, like it's so funny. I remember playing this. Not only did okay, when I first got into this series, I first started with the second one because EB Games did not give me the right CDs.
Oh,
They gave me the CDs for the first game in the box of the second game, but I was a kid, so I didn't know. So there was a bunch of stuff I didn't understand, and it took like 5 CDs to install on PC. Like it was insane.
wow.
And but yeah, no. Until I realized I was like playing the sequel, then I went back to EB Games and they were like, "Oh, I didn't notice," and like whatever.
It happened.
The
so much,
usual
though.
EB Games crap, yeah.
Yeah. It was such a common thing to happen, though. I remember that. There was lots of times.
Well, not anymore because they only sell Funko Pops now. But you know.
Very true. Um. So the only thing I was gonna like end the podcast off with was JW. You had a really good idea. I did get a chance to read over, but I figured I would just answer you back live to make it on the spot. But for the
Oh.
500 views, you were mentioning about going back to Perfect Dark and streaming it and playing it and kind of giving our recap. Okay, I was gonna ask I love the idea. Like I think that is something we should do. But do you think we should play the game or should we watch like clips of different scenes and parts of the game? Would that be
Well, whatever you prefer. It's similar to what I was saying about Indiana Jones, where we look through it. So either because we can select the missions and pretty much like play through the game or parts of the game how we want it.
okay?
So whatever you prefer. Yeah, of course, it's easier to maybe find scenes, but I don't know. When we talk about, let's say, certain aspects like shooting out the lights or whatever, maybe it would be easier to just see you do it while we talk about it. But yeah, no, the idea was to have a retrospective on this game, looking back at the history of how it became Perfect Dark, how cool Perfect Dark was, or our thoughts, which is Perfect Dark is cool.
Yeah.
And then what we thought of the future of it, the announcement they did and, all of that. So that was the idea of it. So
Yeah, I really like it.
doing a look back.
I really like that one. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Then we'll figure out sometime. We could do a podcast episode where we just focus on Perfect Dark. There was one though. I'll just throw it out there, food for thought. Because I've been thinking about this literally since the podcast got to its second season. Is when we reach episode 100. Obviously, I feel like we should do something special, and we are creeping up there. I want to say we're like episode 72 if you put them all together. I kind of liked Pizza's idea. I'm not gonna lie about either. I don't think everyone would appear on the podcast for episode 100, and that might kill my Chromebook as well. But I kind of like the idea of everyone like sending in clips, and like I was just trying to think of like a good way to do it. I was like, I wonder if we could have people send in their hot takes on whatever subject of gaming that they want, and then
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, then you and me kind of like go over and we dissect it, right? Like we either agree with it or we disagree, we give our thoughts. I thought that'd be kind of cool for like an episode 100. I don't know.
Oh, for sure. I love this idea.
Yeah, so anyway, I'll throw it out there in the air. You guys can go ahead. Hunting, you'll get the first opinion on there. But yeah, just just something for you guys to think about if that's what you would like. Like I said, we still have another 20 episodes or so to go before we get there. But yeah, just something to think about. But yeah, that was all I had for you guys, and I think we did pretty damn good. 2 hours and 3 minutes, baby. Woo! Even though
like you said, 2 hours. For once, we follow the time schedule.
I was gonna say, but watch, this will be the moment where pizza pops up now. Oh, just kidding, pizza. But yeah, I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful night hunting. I really appreciate you coming on. Sorry, the last few times it didn't work out there. I didn't get my ping on you at the right moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really nice having you. Like I said, you're more than welcome. And we do it every 2 weeks if you want to hop on and either talk about games you really enjoyed that you played, or if you just want to, answer some of the topics at hand, you can always share your thoughts and opinions. But yeah, it was really nice having you, my dude.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. You have a great night. See you next time.
Yep. Next time. Bye.
And as always, we ended off with being mindful. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Just make sure I get a little shout out here. So very first one on the list was Cheyenne. Thank you so much for the sub. 32 long ass months you've been subscribed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Prison Gamer, you were the life of the party in chat. You literally kept chat going for a while there. I am so sorry. When it starts to become more than me and JW, I find it extremely hard for me just to read out things from chat, right? So yeah, please don't think I was ignoring you. I was reading all your messages. I was trying to answer back when I would see things pop up. And then there was one other person there. What was a Warrior Queen? Just make sure I said it right. Ice Queen, my bad. Ice Queen 197. Thank you too for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. But yeah, I am going to archive this, and I'm not going to be editing it tomorrow. I'm actually going to edit Jimmy's and my adventure we had yesterday. We are here. For those of you who don't know, I adore Jimmy. He's my best friend. But anytime we play a game together, it's always super hilarious. And I think yesterday, hopefully Prison Gamer agrees, there was a lot of frustrations that were extremely funny. And I definitely want to make like a video about that, especially the chess part. I think that is just a great video to show how dumb Mindful is when it comes to chess and how terrible he is at taking direction from not only Jimmy but also Prison Gamer herself. She was trying so hard to help me, and I was just being such a stubborn idiot and just like, no, I'm doing it right. Shut up. But no, I wasn't. I was very wrong and very off on what I was doing. But yeah, I hope you guys have yourself a beautiful night. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you to JW as always for being my wonderful co-host and riding this rocky storm with me. And thank you to Hunting for popping on and sharing his thoughts and opinions tonight. And whole new Twitch streamer you guys can go check out. Just a recent member of Basement Gaming, along with quite a few others. But yeah, adios amigos. I will catch you all next time. And yeah, have a beautiful night.